Ambitious plans still remain for a global food market in Brooklyn Center, but those plans don't involve the former Target store. CCX News learned this week that the Brooklyn Center Target is now expected to be torn down. Meanwhile, a developer is looking to revitalize one of the city's strip malls. Kevin Miller has more on the city's redevelopment plans.
Target closed its Brooklyn Center store in 2019, ending more than 30 years of business on Shingle Creek Parkway.
I was surprised. I thought Target was doing pretty well.
It's unfortunate that the Target left.
The city of Brooklyn Center has been trying to redevelop it ever since.
We bought it from Target. We've used it for a few different things over the years. Had a vaccine center in there.
One developer took a serious look at the site in 2022, but found it didn't support its vision. International Food Village started planning a food market and bulk grocery store at the old Target.
The Target side we thought was ideal, but then the situation with the Target was that we had to break the whole structure down and start from scratch.
The International Food Village concept moved on from Target and started looking at a new place in Brooklyn Center, the mostly empty strip mall that's home to Dollar Tree.
This would be the retail grocery and the wholesale grocery space.
They hope to revitalize the old mall and make it serve the local demographic.
We like to have number one event center in the first location there. And then this location will be a food court where we have food from all over the world. We want to make it a destination.
While ambition is high next to Dollar Tree, things look downright gloomy for the empty Target. An unsolved arson this summer left the building damaged.
Probably around $2 million to repair the fire damage. You know, we had an assessment done of the property, and just code deficiency alone, it's probably about $3.5 million in repairs needed.
Brooklyn Center now plans to demolish the building.
The demand for a larger box like that is probably not as high as a redevelopment site.
The city is open to new plans for development, but expects to see mixed use or housing. Whatever it is, they still feel hopeful.
There's some future use there potential. There's some potential to expand our tax base, expand our housing opportunities in the city, and I think there's a lot of potential at the site.
In Brooklyn Center, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
3 local police departments are teaming up to launch a new Police Explorer program with the goal of attracting new recruits.
We like to give them some hands-on experience and really have them try to understand what it is truly like to be a police officer. So they will be out in the community.
Crystal, Robbinsdale, and New Hope Police are partnering for the West Metro Police Explorer program. It's open to anyone aged 14 to 20 who is interested in learning more about law enforcement. Participants receive training on a variety of law enforcement scenarios like traffic stops, witness interviews, and emergency first aid. Police hopes that effort helps attract future officers.
Several officers who are both Crystal, Robbinsdale, and New Hope have been explorers, whether it's been in the area or other places. I personally was an explorer as well. I spent 6 years as an explorer. So, and I can tell you, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the program.
The West Metro Police Explorers have their first meeting at 6 in the evening on Monday at the Crystal Police Department. Sports training facilities continue to pop up around the Twin Cities, helping young athletes practice their favorite sport year-round. This weekend, Elaine Cleveland takes us inside a Plymouth company that was one of the first of its kind in the Twin Cities.
Minnesota winters make it impossible to play baseball or softball year-round, which is why Alyssa Werns comes to Plymouth about 5 days a week during the off-season to get in some hitting practice at Hit Dog Academy.
I get to have the best coaching that I can, and I also get to use the cages, the weight room, and the pro batter whenever I want to.
Werns is a softball player at Maple Grove Senior High. The coaches here are trying to help her maximize her potential.
They were probably the people that helped me get as good as I could possibly at softball.
One of those people is Sean Wooten.
Anything that you can think of basically from a development standpoint for youth baseball, we offer it.
Wooten opened Hit Dog Academy 14 years ago after he saw a need here. He had a long career in the majors as a player and coach.
I think I have a desire to get young players better, and I think in a lot of ways that's what somebody did for me.
Yet getting better doesn't happen just by hitting off a tee. At Hit Dog, the coaches incorporate a machine called the Pro Batter. It's a pitching simulator that recreates the experience of facing real-life pitching. The coaches program the type of pitch they want the batter to face, along with the speed of the pitch. Then the batters look at a screen that shows a pitcher winding up while a ball shoots out of the hole. According to Wooten, you need 2,500 at-bats to feel comfortable hitting major league pitching. Whether it's baseball or softball, the pro batter helps players get those reps.
In the off season, to be able to have live at-bats and switch the pitching speed and what kind of pitch they're throwing whenever I want, it's so helpful.
She's already committed to playing softball next year at the Division I level, and the coaches here want to help others get to that next level.
That's part of the reason why we do it, right? This isn't a way to make yourself a multimillionaire.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
The Plymouth facility is in high demand. About 400 youth baseball and softball players visit Hit Dog Academy every year. And finally, this segment, a perfect place for pumpkin selfies.
What we have here is the fruits of our labor for the summer.
Those looking to avoid a long drive to pumpkin fields for their fall family photos have a more convenient option in Golden Valley. Lisa Gemlo and her husband Chris decided to create a fall-themed selfie stop in the front yard of their neighborhood on Kelly Drive.
Anybody can come by. It's been fun to watch little kids. I'm told that my neighbors have done it at least 4 times because their little girl wants to come and do it each time.
Residents in this neighborhood have held a friendly pumpkin growing competition for over 30 years. This year's winning pumpkin weighed in at more than 1,000 pounds.
As in many sports, the Lake Conference is loaded in cross country. The top 3 teams in the state Class 3A boys rankings and the top 2 in the girls rankings are Lake teams. Jay Wilcox has highlights from their conference meet.
The top-ranked Wayzata boys get started at the Lake Conference cross-country meet at Gale Woods. Wayzata's William Weber holds off Sean Fries of Minnetonka to win by 0.8 of a second in a time of 15:25. Wayzata's Daniel McCullough and Tyler Kissel are 3-4. With Landon Herring of Hopkins 5th, Wayzata rolls to the team title. Then it's the girls' turn. Minnetonka's Evie Malik has a commanding win in a time of 17:49.4. Sydney Drevlo of Hopkins edges Wayzata's Jasleen Malherrick Osseo for second, but the Trojans take 6 of the top 10 spots to win as a team. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Despite a loss Thursday night, the Maple Grove football team is having a strong season. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Jay Wilcox profiles a talented running back for the Crimson.
So 1st and 15, they'll pitch to Langama, cuts it back, and he is into the end zone. No flags this time. Touchdown, Maple Grove.
He's burst onto the scene in a big way. Maple Grove Junior running back Charles Langama, or Chuck as he's known by many in the program, is a first-year starter who's dazzled with plays big and small. It's fair to say he's exceeded expectations.
No, I just, wanted to work hard all throughout the summer. Every practice, and when you do that, you get the work comes out of it.
Yeah, I don't think any of us expected him to kind of blow up like he has this year, but he worked really hard in the off season, and he's a great kid, and he's come a long way, and he's grown with confidence week in and week out, so it's been a lot of fun to watch, but yeah, it's been a pleasant surprise.
Langama's listed at 5'9" and 190 pounds. He has a great burst and runs very hard.
I like to run hard, hit the hole, make a guy miss or run him over.
It's incredible what Chuck can do. He's a beast. Nobody can stop him, obviously, but it's pretty hard to stop him. And I mean, the cornerbacks, they're scared. They don't want to tackle him at all.
I can say he's a strong kid. He's built low to the ground, so he's about a 5'8", 195-pound kid, and he's got really good feet. I always make the joke, but he does look a lot like Frank Gore. That's kind of how he runs the football, and so he's kind of embraced that, and he's physical. He's a strong kid, so in my career here, I don't think I've ever had a guy make more people miss than he has in terms of where he breaks tackles and falls off of people all the time. It's pretty impressive.
While his skills have made a lot of things happen, like any good back, Chuck knows that without his O-line, none of this would be possible.
It's been a lot of help. It's been awesome, all the chemistry with those guys, they've been great.
Chuck takes us every play. We can't love him anymore. He's just a great guy. Just love him.
Through Maple Grove's first 6 games, Langama had rushed for nearly 1,200 yards and 20 touchdowns, with another 5 receiving TDs. He broke the school record for rushing touchdowns in a game with 7 against Blaine. He's on pace to break the single-season touchdown record and could threaten a yardage record. In a program that's had some great backs, it's not a stretch to mention Langama among them.
I think he's in there. I think he's very different. I think that's the fun part when you think of like Evan Hall or an Isaac Collins or Clark Wenicky are great ones we've had here. I think he's a Derek Jameson. We have been blessed, but I think he's unique in how he approaches things and how he moves, and he has great vision, and he's patient, and he just, boy, when he gets to that second level, it's hard to tackle him.
A bunch of new guys.
Screen on 3rd down and 25. Langama, a lot of room open, and he spins out of a tackle down the sideline, cuts back, and he'll go for a touchdown.
It didn't take long for Charles Langama to become a household name in a great Crimson program, and he has another year left after what's becoming another memorable season, 1 year after their state title run. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm Jay Wilcox.
Langama rushed for 251 yards in Thursday's loss to SDMA. Maple Grove wraps up the regular season next Thursday afternoon against Minnetonka. That's it for sports. I'm John Jacobson.